Okay, we're back here at Cox Softball Complex. Central Methodist winning the first game of the doubleheader 3-1. A victory there. They win the Higher America Conference regular season title. Quentin Norris singing the catbird seat. Of course, give you today's starting lineups there for Missouri Valley. And leading off and playing right field, that's Sophie Diorin batting in the number 2 spot. Is their center fielder, Caitlin Vila, batting third, playing second base. Avery Gifford, batting fourth. Their third baseman, Brianna Vila, batting in the fifth spot is their designated player, Quinlan Kedler, batting in the number 6 spot. The designated player is the catcher, Chris Aguilar, batting 7th. Their third base. First baseman, that is Stella Cashin. And then, of course, and out in left field there is Anaya Castrula. So, Coley Schuff is the starting pitcher there as well. For Central Methodist, that's Kalina Oots in center, Casey Jolly in left, Elizabeth Palumbo at third, Madison White's at second, Joe Kreider's at third, Madison Roberts shortstop, Lauren Hill, Raylan Tanner's the DP, Daly Garland, and then, of course, Hallie Ferris is today's starting pitcher. Both these coaches are meeting at home plate. Looks like we may start a little early. Why not? So we should be getting ready to get started. Game number 2. So Central Methodist and Missouri Valley. Quentin Norris here, game number 2. Central Methodist won 3-1. They're 37-3, 18-0 in the conference. While Missouri Valley, actually 19-0 in the conference. Missouri Valley 17-22 and 11-8 in the conference. Both these coaches have met. Pat Reardon and Kelly James there. And there's Hallie Ferris on the mound. Let's take a look at the defense. Sponsored by Jerry Queen. Out in left field, Casey Jolly. Out in center field, Kalina Oots. Out in right field, Daly Garland. At third base, Joe Kreider. Shortstop, Madison Roberts. Madison White's at second. Elizabeth Palumbo at first. Lauren Hill's the catcher. And there you look at Hallie Ferris. 13-1, 1.46 ERA. With 25 walks, 87 strikeouts. From Camdenton, Missouri, of course, threw a no-hitter just 10 days ago against Park, and then last Sunday threw a 2-hitter against Grandview. And Sophie Diorin comes to bat. In the first game, went 1 for 3. No homers. No homers. 5 RBIs. We're ready to get started as Hallie Ferris gets the ball. And the first pitch. That's a strike call coming at 4:57 p.m. Temperature at 61 degrees. The time and temperature sponsored by the parking spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The parking spot at Kansas City International Airport. Strike 2 is the call. 0-2 now. 0-2 now. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 1 out now. As Caitlin Vila. 3 homers, 23 RBIs. 1 for 2 with a singles. Strike call. 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. Misses that one. 1-2 now. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Just to increase the tension. And there's a golf cart out there. But at least it's not Scooby-Doo driving a golf cart. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off then. And at least we don't have a cotton candy because Scooby-Doo would knock over the cotton candy machine. 1-2 pitch is a fly ball. Oots makes the catch. Or out number 2. Now here's Avery Gifford up there. 3 homers, 18 RBIs. Went 0 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch to her. There's a strike. 0-1 now. 0-1 the count. The 0-1. Ball 1 now. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1-2 to count. 1-2 pitch. That's outside. Of course, after this, we'll have NHL hockey game 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs Eastern Conference First Round. Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. Now it's 3-2 now. Of course, Sean Medina, Ray Ferraro, Emily Kaplan, Dave Jackson's our referee. Of course, Dave Jackson's going to be busy tonight. Busy with 4 games there. Strike 3, calling the inside corner. 1-2-3 inning. We enter the bottom of the first inning. No score here. We'll go ahead and set the defense for you. Out in left field, that is Haley Simons. Out in center field, it is Caitlin Vila. Down in right field, Sophie Diorin. At third base, Brianna Vila. At shortstop, that is Anaya Castrula. Down at second base there, that's Avery Gifford. Down at first base, that's Stella Cashin. And behind the plate there is number 11. That's Chris Aguilar. And today's starting pitcher there is Chloe Schuff from Cypress, California. 1-5, 2.45 ERA, 11 walks, 31 strikeouts there. Of course, the starting lineup, that's Kalina Oots. Leads off and plays center field while Casey Jolly is in left. Elizabeth Palumbo and then Madison White. Joe Kreider's at third. Madison Roberts is at shortstop. Lauren Hill is the catcher. Rayling Tanner is the DP. And Daly Garland is there. So here's Kalina Oots up there. 384 hitter. Actually, no homers, 11 RBIs. In the first game today, went 0 for 3. She was hit by a pitch, also had a sock bunt. Tries the bunt and a foul ball. 0-1. On 1 to count. On 1 pitch. Ball 1-1 now. Casey Jolly on deck. Softball originally scheduled to play at Friday against Culver, but they moved it to Thursday. Possibility of rain. Then they close out Saturday at Benedictine. 1-1. It's a foul ball. 1-2 now. One, two, count. 1-2. 1-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. First baseman has it, and there's out number 1. Here's Casey Jolly up there. 12 homers, 35 RBIs. 1-2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. Jolly's RBI single in that 5th inning gave him some insurance run. Central Methodist in that first game. It's a high fly ball into center field, and there's 2 quick outs there. They scored 1 in the 3rd inning on the single by Jolly. Went second on the throw. That scored Daly Garland. Then they added 2 more in the 5th on a single by Palumbo. That scored Jolly. Then came around and scored on the RBI single by Madison 1. Here's Elizabeth Palumbo. 4 homers, 38 RBIs. Strike 1 is the call. Went 1 for 3 with a single and the RBI. That RBI single in the 5th gave Central Methodist the 2-0 lead. The 0-1 now. Outside, 1-1 now. One and 1 to count. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Little cue shot. There's a third. Third baseman has it. And not in time. Good hustle there by Elizabeth Palumbo. That's a base hit all the way. No question about it. Good hustle. Does great things. There's Madison White. 3 homers, 23 RBIs. 1 for 3 in the first game with the RBI single. That scored Palumbo. They made it 3-0, and then Missouri Valley had 1 in the 7th. But Central Methodist hung on for that 3-1 victory. First pitch. That is a ball, 1-0 to count with Joe Kreider on deck. The 1-0 as a strike, 1-1. 1-1 now on Madison White. 1-1. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1-2 the count on Madison White. One and two the count. They're playing her toward left. 1-2. It's a high fly ball in the left center field. That is up there, a base hit. Palumbo's headed for third. Now they got White hung up there. They throw, not in time. Good hustle there by Madison White. Looked like they had her for a second, but she hustled back to first. So now here's Joe Kreider. 3 homers, 34 RBIs. Went 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So now at third is Palumbo. First base is Madison White. There's a strike call, 0-1 now, with Madison Roberts on deck. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Base hit! Palumbo scores 1-0 Central Methodist. Collider now has 35 RBIs now. Here's Madison Roberts. 2 homers, 36 RBIs. Went 0 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch. There's a ball, 1-0 to count. White's at second, Kreider's at first. First pitch. It's a high fly ball, and it's out of play. 1-1. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. That kind of gets away, but everyone has to hold back. 2-1 to count. Lauren Hill on deck. 2-1 now. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Palumbo got an infield single. White single, Palumbo went to third, and then Kreider singled to right. Now it's 3-1 now. Three and one now on Madison Roberts. 3-1. That's a foul ball. Wow. I thought it was that close. Came within an eyelash. Boy, within an eyelash of making it maybe 2-0 Central Methodist. Three and two to count. 3-2 pitch. It's a high fly ball in the center field. Center fielder calls for it, and there's the third out. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and they lead 2. We head to the second inning. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. Run, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, no runs, no hits, no errors for Missouri Valley. Brianna Vella up there, no homers, 17 RBIs. Ball 1 there. First game today went 0 for 3. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One to count. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to Kreider. To Elizabeth Palumbo. And there's 1 out now. Here's Quinlan Keller. 1 homer, 15 RBIs. In the first game today. Went 1 for 3. Drove in a run. That's 7th inning. First pitch. There's a strike. 0-1 now. 0-1 to count. Fouls it off. 0-2 now. Oh and 2 now. Lines it. There's a base hit there. Lines it to the wall, and it's a 1-out single. Here's Chris Aguilar, 368 hitter. No homers, 2 RBIs. Kella's at first with one out. First pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. Stella Cashin's on deck. The 1-0 pitch. Try to fake throw, and back goes Keller. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. One and two the count. 1-2. Fly ball there. There's Rob. And that's Garland makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs now for Stella Cashin. No homers, 1 RBI. Cashin, the first game, went 0 for 2, now 1 for 10 on the season. That's a 100 average. A swing and a miss. Strike 1 now. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Little chopper to Hallie Ferris. To Elizabeth Palumbo for the third out. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the second inning. And it's 1-0 lead for Central Methodist. How's it going with you? Now, what's your name? I'm Quentin.
Eccles.
What?
Eccles.
How you spell that?
ECHOLS.
Now, you from around here? One run, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors for Missouri Valley. As Lauren Hill up there, 3 homers, 28 RBIs on the year. First pitch to Lauren Hill. There's a strike, 0-1 now. Of course, had a great visit with her dad, Brian. Oh, 1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Little cue shot, foul. 0-2 to count. Oh, 2 to count. 0-2 pitch. That's a bit high. 1-2 now. 1-2. One-two pitch. Hits the ground ball too short. Throws over the first, and there's out number 1. 1 out now for Raylene Tanner, who batted 1 time. Grounded out to third. No homers, 6 RBIs. First pitch. There's a strike, 0-1 now. Softball team's won 21 in a row. Ranked number 3 in the polls. Number 1 ranked team. That was Our Lady of the Lake. They've been number 1 all year. Oklahoma City's number 2. 1-1 to count on Raylan Tanner. 1-0 lead on the RBI single by Joe Kreider. 1-1 pitch. Hits the ground ball to third. Third baseman has it. Throw to first, and there's out number 2. So 2 outs now. Here's Daly Garland. No homers, 16 RBIs. Went 0 for 2 in the first game of a doubleheader. First pitch. There's a strike. 0-1 to count. Kalina Utes on deck. The 0-1 fouls it off. 0-2. On 2 count. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One, two, count. The 1-2. Hits the ground ball to third. Third baseman has it. Throw the first, split the third out. 1-2-3 inning goes Central Methodist. We head to the top of the third inning. Central Methodist 1 and Missouri Valley nothing on the Heart Conference Network. One run, 3 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Missouri Valley. Quentin Norris here, game number 2 as Hallie Ferris on the mound. And say hi to her mom, Stacy. Had a great visit with her mom, Stacy, on Senior Day. And the cool part was after the recognition, the pictures were taken. Of course, Hallie's dad was behind home plate, and Hallie threw a pitch to her dad. First pitch, that's a ball outside to Anaya Castruta. No homers, 7 RBIs. First game today, went 0 for 2. Strike, 1-1 now. 1-1 now. The 1-1 fouls it off, 1-2 now. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. 2-2 now. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball. Couldn't get it. Gets by Daly Garland. Good hustle by White. Here's a throw. Not in time. Good hustle there by Madison White. Retrieving it, but just couldn't get Castruta at second, so it's a double. And now here's Haley Simons up the bat. Homer and 13 RBIs. Went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch. Lays down a bunt. Oh, Ferris makes the play. And back goes Castruta for out number 1. Good job there by Hallie Ferris for out 1. Here's Sophia Durin. Struck out her first time up. Sophie Durin. First pitch to her. Rides the bunt, and that's a foul ball. Strike one there. 1-0 lead for Central Methodist on the RBI single by Joe Kreider. Scoring Elizabeth Palumbo. 0-1 the count. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 now. Caitlin Vila on deck. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouls it off. 0-2 the count. Oh, and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch is a foul ball there. Oh, and 2 the count. Fouls it off. Still 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Lines hit foul. Still 0-2. Oh, and 2 now. Looks like softball just came on in. Oh, 2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 0-2. 0-2. 0-2 pitch. Inside. 1-2. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 now. Allie Ferris just needs to settle down, talk to the softball, point to Lauren Hill, and then usually we'll take the softball and say, now, Lauren, this is where I'm going to throw the pitch to, like Mark the Bird Fiddlers used to do for the Detroit Tigers. Ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. Here comes Castaruda, scores. Now they throw to second, and they got her. Bang, bang play. Good job of recognition by Lauren Hill. Makes a great throw. So it's a single. And then she is thrown out 5-6, trying to stretch it to a double. Gets credit with an RBI in the tie game at 1. And for Durin, that's her 6th RBI of the year. And here's Caitlin Vila, who flew out to Kalina Oots her first time up. There's a strike call. 0-1 now. Looks like Avery Gifford is on deck. 0-1 now. Cue shot. Nice hustle. Throw to first. Not in time. A good hustle there. So it's an infield single. 4 hits already from Missouri Valley. And here's Gifford, who struck out her first time up. So 2 outs now. First pitch. Fly ball. I think Oots is there for the 3rd out. So 1 run on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and we are tied at 1. Okay, now got Oots, Jolly Palumbo. First pitch. There's a strike call. 0-1 now. Bottom of the third inning. A 1-1 tie. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Missouri Valley, and a 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. Chloe Schuff on the mound. That's inside. 1-1 now. Central Methodist, a victory there. They have clinched the conference. 4 to play. They have Culver for a doubleheader on Thursday and then close out at Benedictine on Saturday. Even though both Benedictine and Baker both at like 12-6. These, of course, they both play again until Saturday. 2-1 pitch. Oh, lays in a beautiful bunt. Hoots, hustles, save. Good job by Kalina Oots on a bunt single there. And you know what? If there's one person that's smiling down from heaven, that is Maury Wills. There's Casey Jolly, who flew out to center field her first time up. The pitch to her. Fouls it off. 0-1 now. Oh, and 1 the count to Casey Jolly. Oots at first with the infield hit. Here's the 0-1. There goes Oots. Mercy has the career stolen base record, 74. Heading into today, adds another one. Her 75th. 1-1 the count. Bobby Nichols has the career record for the men's side, over 106. 1-1 pitch. That's a ball high. 2-1 now. Two and 1 to count. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. That's ball 3. 3-1 now. 3-1 on Casey Jolly. Oots is at second with an infield hit. Base hit can give Central Methodist the lead here. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, take your base. Here's Elizabeth Palumbo. She singled her first time up. Playing Palumbo toward left. First pitch to her. Hits the ground ball. They'll go to second for 1. The first. Say, fielder's choice. Oots heads for third, and now first and third now. And just 1 out now for Madison White, who has singled her first time up. Oots is at third. Palumbo's at first. If she can hit one in the gap between center and right field, that could score Palumbo. Lines a base hit up the middle. Oots will score, and it's 2-1 Central Methodist on a clean single there by Madison White. And White has 24 RBIs now. There's Joe Kreider. Single, drove in a run her first time up. That RBI was her 35th of the year. First pitch. Ball 1 now. 1-0 the count. Madison Roberts on deck. Palumbo's at second. White's at first. It's a liner. That's up against the wall there. Here comes Palumbo. Here comes White. She scores. And it's 4-1 Central Methodist on a double by Kreider. 2 RBIs already, giving her a total of 37. 4-1 Central. Here's Madison Roberts. Flew out to center field her first time up. First pitch. There's a strike call. 0-1 now. Four to 1 Central Methodist. 25 minutes from now, the Washington Capitals take on the New York Rangers in Game 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. The New York Rangers lead that series 1-0. After a 4-1 victory on Sunday afternoon. Hits the ground ball to second. Second baseman has it, throw to first for out number 2. Kreider heads for third. So 2 outs now for Lauren Hill, who grounded out the shortstop. And then about 55 minutes from now, it's the Florida Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Game 2 of the Eastern Conference's 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. Florida leads that series 1-0. 3-2 victory over Tampa on Sunday, scoring 2 goals in the third period. Pitch to her, and as a ball, 1-0 to count. Of course, you could flip it over to ESPN2. Watch The Point with your host, Steve Levy, Mark Messier, and PK Subban. The 1-0 pitch. Strike. 1-1 now. Raylan Tanner's on deck. Central Methodist led 1-0 after 1. Then Missouri Valley tied it with a run in the third, and then Central Methodist added 3 big runs, and they got 4-1 now. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Inside, 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Outside. 2-2 now. Two and two to count. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. So Central Methodist gets 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Central Methodist leads at 4-1. One 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors. Now, if everything goes according to plan for that second game, that doubleheader on Saturday against Benedictine, this could mark my 500th softball game. Brianna Vela up there, 0 for 1, grounded out to Joe Kreider her first time up, and it's a strike call. Top of the 4th inning, 4-1, Quentin Norris in the catbird seat. 1-1 to count. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Rihanna Villa. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And there's Quinlan Keller up there. Singled her first time up. Had the first base hit of the game. First pitch. There's a strike. Tell you about Thursday's schedule, of course. Baseball takes on Culver Stockton. Game time's at 1. Second game at 3:30. Softball takes on Culver Stockton. Game time, that doubleheader starts at 2. The second game at 4 p.m. 1-1 the count. Saturday, baseball hosts Culver Stockton. Pre-game show 12:45. First pitch at 1 o'clock. Swings and misses. 1-2 now. Second game at 3:30. And then, of course, softball closes out their regular season at Benedictine. First game is at 1 and then 3 o'clock. Strike 3, call 2 quick outs. Here's Chris Aguilar, who flew out to Daly Garland her first time up. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 now. Oh, 1 now. Ball, 1-1 now. One and one to count to 1-1. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1-2. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Looper Roberts is there for the third out. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We're halfway home. 4-1 lead for Central Methodist. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley. Looks like a new player out there is Jenna Emerson out there. Probably taking over in left field. Raylan Tanner grounded out to third her first time up. And probably will hit in Simon's spot, the number 9 spot. First pitch. There's a strike call. Had a great visit with her right before I came to the ballpark. 0-1 to count. 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball to the second baseman. Throw to the first. And there's out number 1. Good play there. And there's 1 out now for Daly Garland, who grounded out the third her first time up. First pitch to her. Loping liner. There's a base hit there. And Garland's at first for the 8th hit of the game. Here's Kalina Oots, 1 for 2. Started that third inning off with the infield single. Looks like a new pitching hit. The call of the bullpen is sponsored by the Exchange Bank. That's Shirley Miles. 6-5 with a 5.41 ERA, 8 walks and 39 strikeouts. From South Africa. So Garland's at first with the single. Here's Oots, 1 for 2 there. Excuse me. Jordan Ball won her 19th. Allie Ferris is looking for win number 14. First pitch to her. Ball 1-0 to count. 4-1 lead there. Central Methodist got 1 in the first. Missouri Valley tied it up with a run in the third. Then 3 big runs in the third, making it 4-1. The 1-0. Strike, 1-1 now. Victory here will win the conference regular season championships. And the number 1 seed in the conference tournament. 1-1 now. It's a ground ball to shortstop. They'll go to first. Not in time. Another infield single. Here's Casey Jolly. 0 for 1 with a walk. Garland's at second. First pitch. Ball 1. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. Strike. 1-1 now. 1-1 to count. 1-1 on Casey Jolly. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. One and two to count. 1-2. 2-2. Two and two to count. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 call, so 2 outs now. Here's Elizabeth Palumbo, 1 for 2 with a single. Also reached on a fielder's choice and scored both runs. First and second, 2 outs. First pitch to her. Ball 1, 1-0 to count. Madison White on deck. Ball one now. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes. Garland's at second. Oots at first. 2-0 to count. 2-0 pitch. Takes a strike. 2-1 now. 2-1 to count. 2-1 now on Elizabeth Palumbo. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2 now. 2-2 now. Two pitch. Strike three call. So no runs on 2 hits. No errors. And they leave 2. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 4. Missouri Valley 1. Okay. Okay. 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley. Wait a minute. It looks like it's out of turn. Ball one now. Castaneda doubled. First pitch. Strike. 1-1. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. Strike 2. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Stella Cashin's on deck. Looks like they decided to flop the batting order there, because according to my scorebook, it's 8-7. And usually it's, in a situation like that, I think the batters should be out there. One and two to count. 1-2. 2-2 now. 2-2 to count. 2-2 pitch. It's the ground ball to Madison Roberts. To Palumbo, and there's out number 1. Here's Stella Cashin grounded out to Hallie Ferris. First pitch. That's ball. 1-0 now. The 1-0. Fouls it off. 1-1 now. Looks like Jenna Emerson's on deck. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now. Top of the fifth inning, the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three out. Two quick outs. There's Jenner Emerson. Batting for the first time there from Live Oak, California. First pitch. Ball one now. And Sophie Diorin is on deck. The 1-0. Strike, 1-1 now. 1-1 to count on Jenna Emerson. 1-1 pitch. Foul ball, 1-2 now. About 4 minutes from now, it's game 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. From Madison Square Garden, of course, the Rangers, they are the winners of the President's Trophy. Best record in the National Hockey League. 2-2 the count. Fouls it off. Lead that series 1-0. Then about 34 minutes from now, it's game 2 of the Eastern Conference Stanley Cup playoffs. Between Florida and Tampa Bay. And Florida leads that one 1-0. Looping liner. That's up against the wall there. Emerson's rounding first. She'll stop at second with a 2-out double there. And here's Sophie Diorin, 1 for 2 with a single and RBI. First pitch. There's a strike, 0-1 now. 5 hits now for Missouri Valley. 0-1 now. Fouls it off. 0-2 now. Oh and 2 to count. 0-2 pitch. Ooh, nice stop by Lauren Hill. 1-2 now. And down to third is Emerson. One, two, the count. 1-2 pitch. Strike three called, so no runs on one hit, no errors, and they leave one. We head to the fifth inning. Central Methodist leads it 4-1. Four runs, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley as Madison White up there. 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. So if Central Methodist can get 5 more runs, they can win in the 8-run rule. Strike call, 1-1 now. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 now. Strike two. 0-2 now. 0-2 to count. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Right now, it's the Washington Capitals and New York Rangers, Game 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup playoffs. New York Rangers lead that series 1-0. 1-2 pitch. 2-2 now. Joe Kreider on deck. Two-two pitch. It's a high fly ball to left field. Left fielder goes back and he makes the catch for out number 1. And now Joe Kreider 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 3 RBIs on the day. First pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 to count. Pitch. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes. If everything goes according to plan, we'll interview Pat Reardon, talk about today's victories, conference championships, preview the last 4 games. Culver on Thursday and Benedictine on Saturday. Strike, 2-1 now. Two and 1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Lines a shot. Foul. 2-2. Two and 2 to count. Two pitch is another foul ball. It's 2-2 now. 4-1 lead for Central Methodist. Got 1 in the first. Missouri Valley tied it with a run in the third. Then Central Methodist added 3 more in the third for the 4-1 lead. 3-2 now. Three and 2 now. It's the ground ball up the middle. Base hit there. That's the 9th hit of the game for Central Methodist. And here's Madison Roberts. 0 for 2. Flew out to center field in the first. Grounded to second. And looks like a courtesy runner, Chelsea Gleba. Nine hits now for Central Methodist. First pitch to her. There's a strike call. 0-1 now on Madison Roberts. Oh and 1 to count. Ball 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. Of course, tomorrow night, Game 3 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Toronto and Boston tied at 1. Starts at 6 p.m. Fouls it off. 1-2 now. I tell you, that Toronto-Boston series, that's going to be a fun one there. No question about it. The winner of that, Toronto-Boston, will take on either Tampa Bay or Florida. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Today's attendance, 46,224. Millions are watching on television across the world. Leva's at first, the courtesy runner for Joe Cryer. 1-2. The little ground ball. They'll go to second, and that's all they can get. So it's a fielder's choice. 2 outs. Here's Lauren Hill, 0 for 2. Grounded out in the second, struck out in the third. 40 minutes, 35 minutes. Got Kansas City Royals taking on Toronto. 40 minutes. St. Louis Cardinals taking on Arizona. First pitch. There's a strike. 0-1 now. Looks like Raylan Tanner's on deck. On 1 to count. The 0-1. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. They'll go to second for the sure out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the 6th inning. Central Methodist 4, Missouri Valley 1. Oh boy. Okay.
Bales takes this shot, whips it in, and it's in the back of the net!
There. 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. It's a high pop-up. Palumbo is there. And there's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Avery Gifford. 0 for 2 on the day. Owen. First pitch to her. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 to count on Avery Gifford. The 0-1. 1-1 now. 1-1 pitch. Checked her swing. She did go. No question about it. 1-2 now. 1-2. I think she go. No, she held up. 2-2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Ground ball foul. 2-2. Cox Softball Complex shivering with its concrete foundations. Two pitch. 3-2 now. 3-2 now on Avery Gifford. 3-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 3-2. Ball 4 now. Here's Brianna Villa. 0 for 2. Looks like a pinch hitter there. That's like number 20, Krista Gray. 3 homers, 14 RBIs. In the first game today, went 0 for 1. Flew out to Carly Robbins. First pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1 now. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. That's low. 1-1 now. 1-1 to count. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. 2-1 now. Quinlan Keller on deck. 2-1 pitch. It's a pop-up there. I think who's called for it? It's White, Madison White for out number 2. Here's Quinlan Keller, 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1 to count. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We get to the bottom of the 6th inning. Central Methodist 4, Missouri Valley 1. Four runs, 9 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley. It looks like a new pinch hitter. That's Cassidy Brent. New hitter up there. 2 for 5, no homers, 1 RBI from Noster, Missouri. Of course, saw her dad, Thomas, who was here earlier. Of course, great visit with Thomas. First pitch. That's a ball. 1-0 now. Daly Garland on deck, and then Kalina Oots. The 1-0. 2-0 to count. Two balls and no strikes. 2-0. 3-0 now. Three-0 pitch. 3-1 now. 3-1 to count. 3-1. Fouls it off. 3-2. Three and two to count. 3-2. Fouls it off there over the shoulder of Daly Garland. 3-2 now on Cassidy Brent. Three-two. Little looper. Pitcher couldn't get to it, and that'd probably be a base hit or maybe an error. Let's see how they're going to score it. It's a hit there. She is now 3 for 6 on the year. Here's Daly Garland, 1 for 2 with a single. So Brent's 3 for 6. Brent's at first. First pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 10th hit of the game for Central Methodist. The 1-0. 2-0 to count. Kalina Oots on deck. Two and 0 to count on Daly Garland. Nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. There's a strike. 2-1 now. 2-1 to count. Two-one pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. Two-two pitch. 3-2 now. It was 3-2 when Cassidy Brent got the infield single. Three-two. It's a high fly ball. Left fielder calls for it. Makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 out now for Kalina Oots. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. First pitch. Lines at foul. 0-1 now. One to count. Inside, 0-2. Casey Jolly's on deck. 4-1 lead for Central Methodist. Brent's at first with the infield single. Garland flew out the left. 1-2 now. One and two the count. 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. 1-2 now. 1-2 now. 1-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. One and two to count. 1-2 to count. Lines it right to the left fielder. Brent has to go back to first, and she's there. Oh, they got her. Oh, my. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and they leave nobody. We head to the 7th inning. Central Methodist 4 and Missouri Valley 1. Four runs, 10 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley. If everything goes according to plan, I think we're going to interview Pat Reardon about today's victory, preview the last 4 games. 2 with Culver Stockton on Thursday, and then they go to Benedictine on Saturday. And it's Chris Aguilar up there, 0 for 2. As soon as we're done with the interview, we'll take you out to Madison Square Garden for Game 2 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoffs Eastern Conference first round action. Game 2 between the Washington Capitals and the New York Rangers. The 1-0. Strike, 1-1 now. In about 9 minutes, it'll be Game 2 between Tampa Bay and Florida. Bob Wischusen, Ryan Callahan, Leah Hextall will have it for you. 2-1 the count. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 2-2. And then, of course, tomorrow night on ESPN, it's Game 3 of the Eastern Conference first round action of the 2024 Stanley Cup Playoff. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. Their series is tied at 1. Coverage begins with The Point, hosted by John Butchercross. Fly ball in the right field. Garland hauls it in for out number 1. And now here is Alana Castorina, 1 for 2 with a double. First pitch. Strike, 0-1 now. Oh and 1 the count. 0-1 now. Fouls it off. 0-2. 0-2 the count. 0-2. 1-2 now. 1-2 the count. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1-2 the count. Just 2 more outs there for win number 39, but most importantly, 20-0 in the conference. Ground ball, Roberts, Palumbo, 2 outs. And listen to this crowd standing up. They're 1 out away. There is Stella Cashin. 0 for 2 on today. First pitch. Ball 1 now. Cox Softball Complex shivering with its concrete foundations. 1-0 to count there. The 1-0. That's outside. 2-0 now. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count. The 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. Just to increase the tension. 3-0 the count. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0 takes it ball 4 now. So now here's Jenna Emerson up there. Doubled her first time up. Now Reardon wants an explanation, and I think that could be a possibility. The game could be over right there. They're probably saying that the batter was out of turn. And I believe that's the third time we've seen that. So now they're trying to make sure everything is all situated. Reardon checks it over, making sure everything is in sit. Everything is correct. Even though Cash is up, but I'm thinking she might be out of turn. So it is an out recorded. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And that's the ball game. And Central Methodist has won the Higher America Conference Softball Regular Season Championship. 4-1 victory. 4 runs, 10 hits, and no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for Missouri Valley. Central Methodist 39-3, 20-0 in the conference. Missouri Valley is 17-23 and 11-9 in the conference there. In a few moments, we're going to talk it over with Pat Reardon. Talk about today's game. Previews game 3 and 4 with Culver Stockton on Thursday and Benedictine on Saturday. Quentin Norris saying so long. That's 7,429 of them. In a moment, we'll talk with Pat Reardon.